We have an update from one of our sponsors, the Vegas Near Me app. They are constantly working to add more information. We tell you that all the time. The app is free. We also tell you that. But gosh, when we get these updates, it really is incredible how much information is inside.
Yeah, Vegas Near Me has recently partnered with Vegas.com to get you the best prices on show tickets. In fact, they have over 1,000 shows listed inside the app.
And also, we know sometimes you need a quick break or a familiar go-to when you're in Las Vegas. And they do have more than 1,400 chain restaurants and stores listed in there. They have more than 8,000 individual locations, so you can find them. We're talking Walgreens, Starbucks, fast food, you name it.
And we all love to save money, don't we? Well, Vegas Near Me is going to help with that too. Right now, they're offering 50% off of shows at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, plus a $99 bottle package at Crazy Horse 3 for up to 4 people, including transportation.
Yeah, that's a good deal. And there's lots of other deals in there too. So get in and look around. Vegas Near Me is free. You don't have to put in your email. Download it in the Google or Apple App Store. Hours, locations, even the length of shows are in there. It's really good. You can even find live music, kid-friendly activities, maps of inside the hotels and casinos. It really is a lot of information in your hand.
It is. Vegas Near Me. Download it today.
It's episode 224 of Vegas Revealed. Comedian, ventriloquist, and singer Terry Fator has moved to the Strat with an all-new show.
You've been here so long that the Mirage is closing.
Yeah, well, we don't care about that. We're at the Strat. Oh, well, I'm sure people care that the Mirage is closing. Yeah, but I'm not there, so they don't care. Well,
many of you will like the showtime for this one. We talk more with Terry and Winston the Impersonating Turtle coming up.
And we head out to the El Cortez. It opened in Las Vegas in the 1940s and is now getting a multi-million-dollar refresh.
Plus, do you remember Light Bright? Did you have one as a kid? A great new indoor experience just opened, just in time for summer, and it's good for the entire family.
We have an absolutely jam-packed show for you coming up right now on Vegas Revealed.
Vegas Revealed, presented by Level Up Law, starts now.
Hello, and welcome to episode 124 of Vegas Revealed.
224.
Oh, what did I say? Just 24?
124.
124, geez. Man, all the way up into the 200s, 224. Sean McAllister here, along with Dana Roselli. And a big hello to Cisco Live.
Oh, my gosh. See, and I was going to say we were going to start the podcast off much more level-headed and less silly this week because of the feedback that we got. But anyway, Cisco Live. Okay, this is another, we're going to start with an inside joke. Cisco Live, I saw Tom Brady's here to speak at Cisco Live, and I was like, what's Cisco Live? I had never heard of it. Went to their bio on Instagram, still didn't explain what it was. Went to a bunch of reels on their things, didn't know what it was. We're here at Cisco Live. And I didn't know what Cisco Live was. And I was like, this is a fail. Because your bio should say exactly what you are. Some of these reels should say, and maybe it's like they think it's a given that everyone knows what Cisco Live is.
Right.
But I didn't know. We dig further. Tom Brady's speaking. Elton John is performing their main big event at Allegiant Stadium.
Crazy.
I'm like, what? How did I not know about this Cisco Live?
Well, you know who did know about it is the Google AI search.
It did.
And they told us that Cisco Live is one of the biggest IT conventions that you can go to. Lots of information sharing and new product launches. So Cisco Live in town, putting on a big show.
So welcome.
Welcome. We love it.
It's not a live show with Cisco. What does he sing? What's his famous song?
It wasn't me? No.
No. Oh, no. Are we starting this show? We did not mean to start the show off like this. This is ridiculous. Okay, now I need to look up Cisco. Hold on. Cisco sings the thong song.
The thong song. Oh, my gosh. Of course. Duh. Didn't Marie Osmond do some kind of collaboration with Cisco? I feel like she did.
That
oh, my
song.
gosh.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
All right. Well, welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Speaking of our silliness, last week, thanks for bearing with us. We had a whole thing about parking that went in a couple different directions, but we did get a note, a fan mail text, because you can text us. We have a link in our notes, that this one came in from actually Wisconsin, and they said, listening to your podcast on May 30th was great fun. Thank you for the lighthearted talk about the parking at Resorts World. It made listening to the podcast so much more fun to listen to. So I'm glad you liked it. Then our subscriber and faithful supporter, Rob Lewis, wrote us too and said he was catching up on the shows. He had been swamped, but he said those first few 6 to 10 minutes are gold about the directions. Slapstick humor. Don't edit the podcast from now on. Keep it in. So we're keeping it in.
So it's in. It's all here.
It's all here.
For the better or for the worse.
Right.
And if you're a longtime listener, you know that we're no stranger to going off on tangents and then trying to bring it back around at some point.
Exactly. We're good at that. But we do have a lot on the agenda today and a lot of good interviews and a lot of great topics. But first I wanted to dive a little into J-Lo because, there was so much chatter that J-Lo was going to get a show here in Vegas and people were competing for where she was going to perform. But all this J-Lo and Ben stuff, and then she canceled her tour. And now everyone's like, the residency's definitely off. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I am actually not a huge J-Lo fan. I liked her in the movie Selena.
Okay, well, that was a minute ago.
But I don't mind her. I don't like or dislike. It's like whatever. But I was just thinking, God, the paparazzi has just been on them and her so much. I almost, when she had to cancel the tour, gosh, I really felt for her.
I mean,
like, this is a lot for anyone mentally.
Well, it's a ton. And, because of the paparazzi and, tabloids and all that, there have been all these reports about, personal stuff going on in addition to all of this professional career stuff that's going on. So, I mean, either one of those issues is a big thing for a person to handle. Mm-hmm. And when you have both going on, seemingly at the same time.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I do.
I feel bad for both of them.
I know.
Because I will say when J-Lo did her Vegas residency over at Planet Hollywood, that was a phenomenal show. She is an incredible live performer.
Right.
And so it bums me out that the tour was canceled because she does do an incredible job.
Yeah. And somebody, and I don't know how legit it was because it was on Twitter, posted like the sales, like for all the shows, and like they weren't awful. The arenas weren't full, but it wasn't horrible.
But it's not like only 20 people were showing up. There were like hundreds, thousands.
Yeah. Say it fit, I don't know, 17,000 in an arena or something, and like 13,000 were sold. I was like, okay, I mean, that's a good number.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I don't know. We should look into that. See what like the bottom limit of capacity is before you have to be like, ugh, this isn't working out.
Yeah. Well, she did say she had to focus a lot on family and some personal things going on, and that might really just add to it. Her mind just might not be there. Her and Ben Affleck maybe aren't doing well. Maybe the rumors are true and all that kind of thing. And they got married here in Vegas, so that's the connection. So they right there, a pop-up wedding at one of our little chapels. So that made big news. And so we're pulling for them. But yeah, I mean, I'll admit, Ben does look miserable. But then again, I don't know how. The only time I ever see Ben Affleck in a good mood is when he's around Matt Damon.
Yeah, that's true.
They're besties.
That is true.
And, their whole connection and their friendship is great. And whenever they're together, they're always laughing and smiling. And other than that, Ben just looks over everything.
Yeah. Well, I hope that, if anything needs to be worked out, it does. It is.
Yeah.
And I would love to see Jennifer Lopez back here in Vegas.
That would be
I feel like she would even be a great performer for like Voltaire.
Yeah, she
would be. Over at
be.
Venetian. That's an intimate kind of a theater where she'd be right up close and that would be amazing.
I don't know. Like, I can't remember. I don't think I ever saw her show at Planet Hollywood. I saw her perform at the Caesar Caesars did a
Oh, their 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary. Saw her there. But does she interact with the crowd, or does she just stick to dancing and performing and singing?
There wasn't a ton of interaction, but she would have conversation.
Okay.
Between certain songs.
Yeah, because I feel like you need to have a little bit of that in order to be at Voltaire.
Yeah, that is true.
To interact with the crowd
Yep.
and, have a little fun with them and stuff like that. But I'm not sure. She gets a bad rap. People say, she's not the best tipper and all sorts of stuff. It goes in a million directions. You don't know what to believe.
Yeah. Well, we wish her and them and everyone the best,
Yes.
don't we?
Always for everyone, right?
We do.
I love this video that has gone around of Ringo. Actually, Cirque du Soleil sent it out, which was wonderful because we were able to spread it around. But Ringo visiting the cast of and the show, The Beatles Love, which show that's Cirque du Soleil show that's based off the life of the Beatles. I love that he went. I love that he visited backstage and that we were able to see that moment. That was great.
It's so cool. And as the show is getting ready to do its last performance the beginning of July, because they're housed over at the Mirage, which is closing down, turning into the Hard Rock. It's sad. There's been so many great memories of the show and seeing. I mean, I remember when Paul McCartney and Ringo and all of them were here for the 5th anniversary of the Beatles Love.
Yeah, it was great.
So it is, I love it that Ringo came back. His all-star band was performing over at the Venetian.
Right.
So while they were in town, Ringo was like, hey, let's pop on over. And he was like enamored with the kids.
Yeah.
Because there are kids who are a part of the cast. And he was like, oh, the kids, I love them.
They really are fantastic in that show, and it's so interesting to see, Yeah, that was great. I'm glad that he went over to see it again. I think he had said he'd seen it multiple times,
Yep.
but saw it again, and it was just as good, and he loved it, and a nice treat for them. Also, Celine Dion went to the show, and she went backstage, too. Lots of clips of that going around. I love that. So, I mean, these big, people are going to see Love because it is such an iconic show. I've never heard anyone say a bad thing about Love. Everyone enjoys it. Everyone's seen it multiple times.
Well, and when it's the music of the Beatles, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that soundtrack is incredible. I think you can actually buy the soundtrack and download it.
And it's like when you go to choose songs, even on Instagram, the Beatles Love soundtrack comes up. So they do have a whole, album out. But something that keeps getting repeated, and I notice like whenever on Twitter I post something about Love, either it's closing or a clip from someone visiting, a lot of responses come in that say, I can't believe that the Hard Rock, which is based on rock and roll, isn't keeping Beatles Love.
Yeah.
Or that someone else isn't picking them up. But just FYI, like we don't know the reason. It could be a Cirque du Soleil reason to just, it's done its run. The Mirage is closing for 3 years. It's time to do something new. We don't exactly know whose decision it is to end the show.
Right.
So it could be a group decision. It could be, we don't know. Maybe in 3 years, it will open up again, even though most likely they say it's done. But you never know what could change, and you don't know if someone else would pick it up. But maybe they just feel it's done its run.
Yeah. It would be a good fit, though.
Yeah, it would be.
But it was great to see all these videos of Celine with the cast. And, she was singing to them. It was almost like she was, I think somebody turned her music on. And so she did a little private concert for him, singing to the cast. But she looked phenomenal.
She did.
And I'm so glad to see her out and about after, this health struggle that she's been dealing with. And by the way, her documentary, I Am Celine Dion, comes out on June 25th. So that's going to be...
That'll be good.
Good to see.
Well, and that's the thing. I think for that to come out, she knows she has to do promotion as well. And I think, deciding on when it's going to come out, I'm assuming she picked a time where she was ready to do this. Promote, do interviews,
Totally,
and feels up to it. So it's good to know that now is the time. Hey, by the way, switching gears a little bit, we told you about the free fireworks in downtown Las Vegas every Friday at the Plaza downtown at 9:15. It's already kicked off. It kicked off Memorial Day weekend. People are loving it. The other day, Sean, I was driving home on a Friday night. I know, exciting night out. I went to Hot Works to do like yoga, but it was late. I work out late at night. But anyway, I was driving home, and all of a sudden I was driving east on the 95.
Okay.
And I saw the fireworks, and I was like, oh, it's 9:15. It's the Plaza fireworks. But that whole stretch of 95, is pretty long. You just kind of roll east, just heading east. And I got to see the show from the highway. Just FYI, it's a perfect spot.
But we're not recommending going out driving and looking at fireworks.
No, but you could, if you got kids or something, and you want to drive and pay attention to the road while they look
That's
up at the fireworks. Because it could be, get them all in the van. And but, and it wasn't, my eyes weren't off the road because you can still see them in the distance.
Yeah.
But yes, we don't want to. I don't want to hear don't come suing me when you go watch the fireworks on the 95 and you swerve off the road or something. I'm not telling you to do that.
But they are visible.
They are visible
because they're up in the sky over
downtown
Las Vegas.
Yes. I was just like, wow, it made our city look so iconic. So
it's pretty cool that they're doing that.
It is. Every Friday at 9:15, big block party. I love the whole thing. We were asked to actually, not set off the fireworks, but hit the button.
Yeah, they have a big plunger that ceremonially launches the fireworks.
Right. We were asked to do that, and we couldn't because we're going to be out of town.
Yeah.
So hopefully sometime before the summer is up, we'll be able to do that.
I hope so. That would be fun.
Yeah, we'll let everyone know so that y'all come down and say hello.
Sticking in downtown Las Vegas, the El Cortez is the oldest operating hotel casino in Las Vegas. It opened back in the 1940s, and they're getting ready to do some major renovations.
Yeah, the hotel was founded by Bugsy Siegel, later owned by Las Vegas legend Jackie Gahn. He was Kenny Epstein's mentor, who is now the CEO and chairman of the El Cortez. So we said, hey, can we talk to Kenny? We want to, get the lowdown. What's going on? How's he doing? How's the property? He's determined to make improvements, and he has such a long history in Las Vegas. So we actually went over, we sat down with Kenny to talk about the history, what's new, and what's coming soon.
I started at Caesar's Palace. When it opened up, 1966, the day it opened. It was a great experience. I learned a lot and started my career.
What did you do at Caesar's?
Baccarat. I was a Baccarat floorman, then a shift boss, and then executive, and then Jackie says, come on with me, and I bought it with him, 1975. You have to take care of your customers, and you just got to make the place better. And how we're making it better, we're still keeping the same sort of, I don't know how to say it, time warp as when the place was, how it started, and we're just keeping that same feeling, but upgrading everything. If we made this place modern, we'd just be another place. Mm-hmm. We got to keep the same feeling.
Is there anything that we need to walk around and see?
Well, it's sort of strange to be proud of a place that you can walk upstairs to go to your room. But that's it. It's like the old cowboy movies, when they had the balcony and the guy fell off the balcony. Well, we've got that. We've got 47 original rooms built in 1941. So, of course, we've changed everything in there. We fixed up the new plumbing, new bathrooms, new rooms, new everything, but new doors even. We have a great designer, Gisela, and she put all red doors on it, so it's sort of exciting.
Tell me some of the things that you're doing besides just the rooms.
Well, we put a new Starbucks in. First, we did the rooms. That's done. New bathrooms on the casino level. That's done. And then starting July 1st, we're having a big expansion. We're taking the whole east end of the hotel, which used to be the coffee shop. We're knocking all those walls down. It used to be Keno and coffee shop. We're knocking it all down. We're expanding. We're putting 2 new bars in. We're putting in a show bar and a roulette bar. It's going to be called a roulette bar. And we're putting in a Chinese noodle restaurant. It's going to be great. Chinglish, the restaurant that's on Charleston, they're going to own it. And I love their food, and that's so I asked them first, and they said they jumped at it, and so we're all set.
People choose the El Cortez too for movie sets and everything.
Oh yes, we've had several movies. We've had Hacks, the TV program, and now we have a big movie coming up. What's the name of the movie? Easy Waltz. Easy Waltz, and Al Pacino's in it, so it's a big deal.
Don't you think it's important to keep the choice and preserve the history?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I'm so glad that they're building new hotels here, because the more hotels they build in Las Vegas, the better it is for Las Vegas and the better it is for us.
And you know, Dana, we love when we come across coin slot machines. You know, the old school slot machines where you hear the clink. Well, they've got about 60 of them over at the El Cortez. They have that, you know, a little slot parlor that houses all these coin machines, which I love.
Yeah, it's so cool when you can do that and you hear the clinking, you know, when someone wins.
Yeah.
Also, I'd asked him a little bit about like, hey, do you get more locals or more tourists? And he was like, you know, we used to get more locals, but now it's about even. So we're getting locals and tourists here at the El Cortez. So you can tell, like, you know, things are coming up. People are wanting to go into these older casinos and, you know, experience the nostalgia. But like you mentioned, it's the oldest continually operating hotel casino in Las Vegas.
Right.
So is it the Golden Gate? Might be the
I think the
oldest.
Golden Gate is the oldest like hotel.
Right.
But it didn't originally have gaming.
Got
the El
it.
Cortez was a casino and hotel from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm looking forward to the new bars that they're building over there.
know.
The show bar.
That roulette bar looks
The
fun.
roulette bar looks incredible.
Yeah.
And it is McCarthy Construction are the ones, and they've been responsible for a lot of big construction projects, including Allegiant Stadium, I believe.
Yeah, they do so much in town, so I love that they're working on that.
Yeah.
So you know it'll be done right. That's
It
good.
will.
Hey, this week we are doing tons of dinners and lunches for the World's 50 Best Restaurant Awards. We'll have more on that next week, but the Venetian's doing stuff, the Wynn, Resorts World, we've talked about it before. All the best chefs from around the world are in town. There are pop-ups and events everywhere. It's a really big deal.
Yeah, it is. We also just interviewed comedian Josh Wolf. He has a residency Mondays at 7:30 over at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club. He's got a continual show every single Monday, along with his son. So we went backstage to his dressing room, caught up with Josh, and we'll have that for you in one of our upcoming episodes as well.
Yeah, and he also moved to Vegas over the last few years. Everyone's moving here.
They are.
We also talked to Terry Fator recently, who has an all-new show over at the Strat. Now, this is a 5 p.m. show. I love it.
That's great.
He is multi-talented. If you've never seen Terry, or if you have, you know what we're talking about. If you haven't, you need to go see him. We get an exclusive backstage tour in our latest TV episode. So in order to visually see that, we're going to put that episode up on our YouTube. But before that, we sat down with him right inside the theater at the Strat. Well, I am on stage with Terry Fator and Winston
Yes, I'm here.
at the Strat. Look at this.
One of the things I love about this place is when you walk in and you're a fan of my show, and of course of me, of Winston, of course, you're just going to really feel like you've suddenly entered a place that is for the fans of the Terry Fator Show and the Winston Show. Right. And so this place is just, it's going to blow your mind. And trust me, the show will blow your mind too. We've got technology, talent, music, comedy. It's unbelievable.
You have been here in Vegas how long? Because I know it's over 10 years now. I'm calculating in my head. I was at the red carpet
17 years.
of the opening. Wow. So I've been
Yes.
here. Yeah, I've been here 20 years. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
17 years, but I did 2 years at the Hilton. So I've been in Vegas for 17 years.
Oh my goodness.
And I
Mirage-
haven't aged a bit.
I know. You've been here so long that the Mirage is
know.
closing.
Yeah, well, we don't care about that. We're at the Strat.
Oh, well, I'm sure people care that the Mirage is closing.
Yeah, but I'm not there, so they don't care.
Well, that's what he thinks, but it is kind of sad. It's kind of sad to see. Well, it's going to be reopening though.
It is. But it's exciting to move around and be at a new place. So are you, first of all, the fact that you're so quick just shows the talent of you.
What? You mean the talent of me?
Well,
It gets a little confusing, doesn't it?
but I mean, what you do is incredible. I always say you've got a great voice, then you sound like the person that's singing the song, then you do your original songs and you have a wonderful voice, then you're funny. I mean, all this together, it really is a Vegas show.
This is awesome. Under pressure. You sing now. Okay. Under pressure. Good job. Thank you.
Now let's talk about this 5 o'clock show. I love this time. Me
my
and Sean
favorite.
always say, anytime I can go to a show, then go to dinner and then be in bed by
I know.
9 o'clock.
You know, people are like, why why did you want the 5 o'clock? I said, are you kidding me? I've been in Vegas for 17 years.
And he has no time for anything except taking care of the turtle.
Right, that's true, but 5 o'clock, you can bring the kids. And by the way, it's a PG-13 show. Every joke that I have for the adults has a clean explanation for the kid. The adults just have to figure out what the clean explanation is. But it is a family show, and you can bring the kids, and then you can go to dinner and still get the kids in bed by 7:30. I mean, it's just the best. I love it. And when I'm done, I get to go see, Garth Brooks, or I get to go see the Rolling Stones, or Carrot Top, or David Copperfield, or Chris Angel. I get to see shows for a change.
Yeah.
I never get to go and see anything because I'm always performing. So this is going to be great for all of us.
Even in your show, you always, enforce family's important, America's important, our military's important. Those are things that I wouldn't say you saturate the whole show with that, but that's what you love, that's what you believe in. So usually the crowd is really into that.
They are, yes, especially my crowd. I think I'm very much middle America. I think the left and right coasts call it the flyover states, but my fans really are the flyover state fans. I grew up in the flyover states. I grew up in Texas. My wife grew up in Mississippi and Texas. So yeah, we really are part of middle America, and so those values are very much our own.
Okay, well, Where Vegas Revealed is the name of our show. So Winston, you have to reveal something that maybe nobody knows, nobody's heard before, something, maybe a rumor
Rumor. Okay, I got a good rumor. This is something most people don't know.
What is it?
Terry.
What? Is it about me?
It's about Terry.
What?
Terry can actually sing and move his lips at the same time. I know you're shocked, aren't you?
I'm shocked. That is a big reveal. But that is some talent. Come see Terry Fator and Winston and the cast of characters. Such a talent, and you will not leave disappointed. You'll be back again and again and again. Congratulations on the new show.
Thank you.
That Winston, you never know what he's going to say, do you?
You don't.
Those talking turtles, I'll tell you what.
He gets me every time, though. I'll say I never bore of Winston. Like, he is so funny.
Winston is cute. I like little Winston the turtle.
All right, let's talk about the dads. All right, we got a Father's Day coming up here on a Sunday. What is it, June 16th? Okay.
Yep.
Well, it's time to double the fun for Dad because Fantasy is doing 2 shows on Father's Day. Fantasy is such a long time running show over at the Luxor.
Yeah, almost 25 years continually performing here on the Las Vegas Strip over at Luxor. But if you've never experienced Fantasy, it has been around for so long. And we spoke with the creator and choreographer, Anita Mann, about this show that really doesn't stop evolving.
We do the show to please the people. And that's what I think keeps us going, because every year we change it. And every year we say, what would make it better? So we just keep doing our job and making it stronger. And I have an incredible support system here at the Luxor. The entire team here, they've been with me since almost the very beginning. And we're just blessed to have a team like this. We are a show for couples. We really are. They come and celebrate events, anniversaries, birthdays. We have bachelor parties. We have bachelorette parties. We have, you have to be 18 to come, but we've had 18-year-old birthdays and 21-year-old birthdays. And I just want everyone to be happy at the show. And it's really for couples. It's an entertaining variety show, because the most important thing is we want them to feel like they've gotten to know the ladies and that they're familiar with them and that they're approachable and they are really connecting to a Las Vegas performer on the Strip in a very up close and personal way. And that's what I really want to do, is let them experience a show, but also see that there are really wonderful people behind that mask or behind the scenes right now on stage as well. We're on 7 nights a week, 52 weeks a year. We never miss the show. Please come and see the show, because we're still going strong.
And Dana, for these Father's Day shows, are you excited to hear what a couple lucky dads are going to get?
Yes.
They're going to get a fantasy treasure chest filled with merchandise that is signed by the cast. One lucky dad at each performance is going to be chosen.
Okay, I love it. I love that they're doubling it up for Dad.
It's nice, isn't it?
It really is. You know, it is a variety show, and they do a variety of things in the show. If you feel like you don't know what to expect, you can go visually see some clips. Again, this is going to be in our television show that we put on our YouTube. So check it out. It's a show, it's a staple, and just go have fun. All right, let's take a quick break to get a message from our title sponsor, Level Up Law.
Level Up Law is looking to help you. You might have heard about the recent lawsuits surrounding Ozempic. It's concerning, right? Unfortunately, a lot of people have been experiencing some serious issues from taking semaglutide or tirzepatides, including severe vomiting, hospitalization, pancreatic issues. The list goes on and on. If you've experienced any of this, you are not alone. And here's the thing, Level Up Law is here to help. We already have a team of lawyers researching this issue and preparing to help those who need it. Don't hesitate to reach out to our team if a doctor prescribed you these drugs and you're experiencing issues. Give us a call at 855-LEVEL-UP. That's 855-LEVEL-UP, and we will answer your questions. Remember, you're not alone. Level Up Law has got your back.
You know, Vegas is known kind of as the place of excess. We have everything here, right? And I think there's kind of also an idea that there's a lot of waste going on here too, but there's also a lot of work going on to make sure that waste isn't happening.
Yeah, so we wanted to do a big shout out to MGM Resorts for donating so much food to families in need. They actually just hit 5 million meals. They surpassed the goal of donating 5 million meals into communities where they do have casinos across the country early. So they had expected to achieve this goal in 2025, but they've hit it already.
Yeah, they have. So they're, freezing a lot of the meals that are made for banquets and conventions. And we're talking about the food that's like untouched, that's been prepared and not served. So they freeze that and they donate it out into the community to various organizations, including Three Square Food Bank here in Southern Nevada that does so much to help people with food insecurity. So this is a great achievement and it's a great initiative.
It is. And a lot of times I think you often hear people saying like, what do they do with all this food?
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, now you know. And the 5 million meals were donated through the MGM Resorts Feeding Forward program. That's what it's called. So again, big shout out. Love that. Good to know. And I think it's important, like you said, for people to know that visit here and that live here.
All right, let's do some tips. Dana, when you were a kid, did you play with the light bright?
I did.
Did you have one?
I don't remember if I had one, but I know I definitely played with one. Like, I don't know if it's at friends' houses or whatever. I don't know if I owned one, but I definitely know what it is, whether we did it in school or friends, and it was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was a huge toy back in like the 70s, 80s. And now you can actually experience light bright in a larger than life way over at Illuminarium.
Yeah, and Illuminarium is at Area 15, which is such a cool place. If you visit here, it's really close to the Strip, just to the west of I-15 in the Strip. So you got to get there. Illuminarium is one of the spots there. They have so many cool things going on all the time. This is going to keep you cool all summer, though, because you walk in, it's nice and cool. We talked to the general manager about this new experience.
We're excited to introduce Light Bright Worlds of Wonder. It's a great show that reaches across so many different generations, whether you grew up with the product in the 80s, with the iconic toy in the 80s or 70s even, and now to today where the Light Bright actually can fit in the palm of your hand. So it's a great show for mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, or even the kids getting out of school now.
Tell me a little bit about what people will experience. Walk me through that.
So they'll get to come in and they'll get to see our first experience that sets you up with the whole story of Light Bright and the world of wonder that we bring you into. We bring you into 3 different interactive realms, which are really cool. An undersea theme, a out of space theme, as well as a prehistoric realm where you get to experience dinosaurs and a lot of interactive elements there too. So there's 12 different interactive scenes where things will happen and you can interact with them and they'll interact with you. You'll be able to use your phone at certain times to create artwork and bring it to life on the screen, and it'll move around the room. So a lot of unique things like that with the technology.
And it's important, Las Vegas is known for so many things, casinos, the Strip, but to have the opportunity to have something like this for folks that live here and visitors.
Well, it's great for families. Again, trying to find, Las Vegas is known for its gambling and entertainment. It tends to be more adult, so we like the family image and making sure that there's something for both visitors as well as our local community that can bring out the family together and experience this show together.
You can see Light Bright World of Wonder over at Illuminarium, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily.
And here's a couple other quick tips for you. Resorts World is still doing its 20% off at a lot of its restaurants if you have a Nevada ID. So this is for all the Las Vegas locals. If you go over to Resorts World, this is kind of a promotion that they've been running for a few months now, and they've extended it. It's good Sunday through Thursday. Carver Steak and Aqua are not a part of the 20% promotion, but there's a ton of other restaurants that are.
So
a lot.
Many. Yeah, they have so many restaurants over there, right? And I guess Nevada ID, so if you're coming in from Reno, Elko.
Yeah, true.
Right? You can get the discount too if you're coming in for a staycation or whatever. So 20% off at all the restaurants besides Carver Steak and Aqua Sundays through Thursdays for the month of June.
Also, looking ahead, we have 4th of July weekend already coming up. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. We just got to June, but it flies by.
It does. But that means there's going to be a ton of fireworks, and some of the best fireworks that we see around the valley are set off by Station Casinos.
They do a great job every year, and they've just put out a release saying, hey, we're doing it again. 3 casinos now have fireworks: Durango, Red Rock, and Green Valley Ranch. They're all doing 4th of July fireworks. So FYI, if you want to start making your plans, pick your spot. They will have fireworks that night.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we'd like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Vegas Near Me. You can download it in the Apple App Store or on Google Play. It is a wealth of information about all things to do and see and experience here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and not only that, it's very accurate.
It is very accurate. We just found that out the other day when we went over to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club.
Yeah, because I just put in, I don't need directions to get to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, but I wanted to know the fastest route because traffic's such a mess here. So I was like, okay, which way is it going to pick for me to get there from my place? So I popped it in, and it was a Monday, and it said Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club is closed. And I'm like, no, it's not. We're going to interview Josh, and I already know Lunel has a show on Monday nights. So then I went in Vegas Near Me, and, it showed that it was open. They're very adamant about putting accurate hours and days in there. They're constantly updating the app. So keep that in mind. That was just from the Map app on my iPhone, the one that it comes with,
Right. And
Siri.
actually, when you pulled up Vegas Near Me, you were like, okay, these times are all right. And they actually give you the runtime of the show that you're going to also.
That was cool. It would say 1 hour long. And I loved that. I was like, there definitely are some incredible details. And I know that they pride themselves on that. It's still in kind of the liftoff phase, I should say, because they're constantly working to just input that information, make sure that it's the best app you could possibly have if you're in Las Vegas. So download Vegas Near Me. Like you said, it's free, and why not?
And tell your friends about it, too.
Yeah.
Because it is helpful. Also, thank you to our presenting sponsor, Level Up Law. If you need the advice, the help of an attorney, give them a call, 855-LEVEL-UP. You can also find them at leveluplaw.com.
Yeah, great group. So we recommend it. Hey, listen, thanks again and have a great week. We'll be back next week with tons of other stuff. We're going over to also the Winds podcast studio is now being taken over by SiriusXM.
That's right. And there's going to be a big show over there to kick it all off.
Yeah, we're going to see John Mayer.
Yep.
And we're going to interview Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Flav.
boy.
I love him.
I know,
He's
me
great.
too. All right. That's coming up next week. I forgot. Okay, now, really, have a great week.